Morning and good evening, you guys inside of WAM, all the WAMers, man. We have a very fun video today. We're gonna be talking about what's happening in the market, why the market's moving like it's moving, the spending bill, and what stocks look good. Should you be buying the top? Really, like that's what you're doing. But we'll get into all that. But first, Elon Musk said, I mean, there's a 41% chance. People are saying there's a 41% chance. Okay, people are betting, man. People are gamblers these days. They bet on anything. Okay, they bet on anything, and they're betting that Elon Musk creates a new political party in 2025 called the America Party. Okay, now will that happen? I don't know. I don't know, but people are saying they're 41% chance. Like that's a pretty high chance, and even right here, you scroll down, it says 44% chance now. So it probably continues to rise, and that's something to be looking out for. But it's mainly just over the spending bill. Elon doesn't like it because the debt ceiling. The debt ceiling is going to increase by $5 trillion. And he's basically saying the Democrats and Republicans are working together, actually. Like, they're not even two separate parties. Like, they're together. And he's calling it the Porky Pig Party, which is kind of funny. But anyways, Trump fired back and said we should actually put Doge on Elon because, I guess Elon is receiving a lot of subsidies from the government and for Tesla or whatever the other companies. But he's saying they should put Doge on Elon. And, come on now. Come on. But so tempting. So Elon, and then Elon said, so tempting. He wants to escalate this, but he'll refrain for now. Which for now is key part. Okay, for now, who knows what he'll do later. Okay, so I think this is going to continue to go on, and the bill actually passed in the Senate today, and it's going over to the House here soon. So it's going to be interesting to look over that, and we'll be looking at what the spending bill entails and how it affects you, how it affects us, in general here soon. But and then Musk basically threatened to fund the primary challengers of any Republican who voted on the bill. Okay, so if you voted on the bill and you have a Republican that wants your seat, he gonna fund the person that wants your seat, and that's actually funny. And that's a big thing in politics. Like, if you have money, you can definitely influence a lot of people in politics. And Elon showed you that with Trump. Like, I think he got Trump elected, to be completely honest with you. But anyways. They're back at it, okay? They're back at it. Now, why? The spending bill and what it has on it, the debt ceiling. And also, I had to come over. I had to do my own research. I had to ask my trusty friend ChatGPT. I had to come over here at ChatGPT, and I had to be like, yo, man, like, what is this? What spending bill? What does it have? What does it have in it? Why don't people like it? And this is just a small glimpse. There's a bigger part of it that we're going to look at, too. But, I basically just highlighted some of the things that I thought, increases the child tax credit to $2,200 annually. That's fire, right? I mean, I think it was like $2,000. It really only bumped up like $200. But shoot, I might have me 10, 15 kids. That's about 20, 40,000 a year, man. So that's very cool. And then the debt ceiling, it increases the federal borrowing limit by $5 trillion to avoid a default. And if you guys don't know now, I think the debt right now is like 36 trillion. So they're increasing it they're adding 5 trillion. They're gonna put it over 40 trillion in the span of like a couple months. That's actually insane. That's actually insane. I won't lie. But what does a debt ceiling even do? Like let's be honest here. Every single time the debt news comes out and they're like, we're about to default, they just keep raising it and raising it. I mean, there's never been a default, I think. Don't quote me on that. We should ask ChatGPT. But in terms of when I've been trading and everything, there's never been a debt default. Okay, but entitlement program cuts and work requirements, they say roughly 10 to 12 million people could lose coverage by 2034. And I think that's in Medicaid. So that's actually sad. And then, the student loans, he's cutting a lot of things in student loans. He's making it more hard to get, imposes caps on Parent Plus loans and tightens Pell Grant eligibility. He's tightening up a lot of stuff that's happening in the education sphere. And, maybe because AI or, maybe because education isn't as big as it once was or, whatever it may be. But, he's also saying taxes college endowments more heavily. And you guys know if you're getting taxed more heavily on something, you're probably you're probably, scale back a little bit on some of the college endowment loans that they do give out at some universities. So, he's cutting back on. There's a lot of education cuts and stuff like that. There's a lot of things. And if you want complete doomsday, and you guys know me, man, I'm not complete doomsday. I think this bill has some good stuff, and I think it has some bad stuff. And I think that's up for you to decide. If it's good or bad. I personally, shrug. You know what I'm saying? But this is basically doomsday. Okay, it's saying increased the debt by estimated $4 trillion, increased annual more. Like, if you want to read through all this, the only thing that I thought was somewhat, it said cut more than $900 billion from Medicaid. Okay, so if you're doomsday, if you're a full pessimist, okay, if you just love fear mongering, go ahead and read through all this. And I would feel bad if I didn't show you guys this. And I'm not saying all this is 100% accurate, but I mean, somebody said, "Why you always lying?" Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Maybe it's not, but I just thought this was interesting. It has a lot of things. This is doomsday, but my favorite part of this, we like looking at the news and stuff, but how can we make some money from this? That's the most fun part for me. How can we make some money from the spending bill news? How can we make some money from Elon and Trump beefing? Okay. So I went over here and looked at Tesla, okay? I came over here, I looked at Tesla. Now, we really looked at Tesla yesterday where we said this was bearish because, this was just a bearish candle. It looked bearish. It's not above 331. 331 is where it would turn bullish, but it never got above there. It actually wicked a whole bunch of times. So Tesla, obviously, the short move is already made. This thing's down $18 for the day, and it can't even get back above 305, but 305 is a rejection point like you're seeing. So, I think Tesla is not bullish if it can't get back above 305. So that's the main thing that I'd be paying attention to for, the spending bill. And, obviously there's some meme coins, etc. But, this could come down. This could come back down to retest, 276 or, that's something to be keeping track of. And that's something I'm keeping track of. But, the move has definitely already been made in terms of Tesla. Now, of course, you'd be looking at a beauty like Airbnb, right? Airbnb looks like it's ready to take off. Hidden bull diverging. OK, matter of fact, we've been cooking up so much. We don't even have to really do anything. Like, we've been making so much money on Target. We've been making so much money on Lemonade, to where it's like we're going to take the week off. I mean, not really. There's some lotto plays we'll get into every once in a while. But this week, because Thursday is a half day and then Friday, the market's not even open. So really today and tomorrow, the only full days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then you just got a lot of stuff going on, Thursday and Friday. So really, this isn't the week you want to put on a lot of risk. The time to do that was in Target, like you see here, where we cooked up. These are over 1,000%. Target is 1,000% trade right now, by the way. Lemonade, we went crazy. This is all from the day, like 106% on. So the time to have made all that money was, oh, look, it's me. The time to have made all that money was, Monday, today. And, we can get to some lottos as well, like Hims. We'll look at Hims really quick. And Hims is a lotto play that I think looks incredible. You can look at it and like, come on, man, this is giving you a dip. It bounced from that $40 level and it's going crazy right now. We're already in. Okay, we already called this lotto out. I think we're already up like 25%, and it's running right now. But I think it could still have some potential coming into tomorrow and potentially coming into next week. Depending on when you see this video. But it definitely has some potential, all the way up to $55. And this has a final price target to like 100 plus. So Hims has a lot of room to run after that dip it had. But, okay, this isn't the time. This is not the time for you to be getting overly bullish. Okay, the time to be getting overly bullish was back when we had all that Iran news. Now I think some more news is gonna come out. Some more bearish, negative news, perhaps. We'll have to see. I'm no fortune teller. I'm just a random dude on here. Okay, I'm just a random dude with a random opinion that is, that's right most of the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually right. So the main thing I'm paying attention to is to see this put in calls actually have some sort of reverse, because when it's this low, it's at 0.62. When it's this low, okay, that tells me that a lot of people are in the calls. All the dumb money is in the calls right now. Everybody is trying to get calls. Everybody's trying to front run calls. Everybody's getting in the calls. So, Usually what happens at this level, like you have seen previously, like you saw June 13th, where this is when the Iran news loaded and you got all that negative news, and then it spiked it all the way up to 0.75. And then that's when we entered in the calls. That's when we got the lemonades. That's when we got the Airbnbs. That's when we got the SMCIs. That's when we got the SoFi. That's when we printed. And then you know what's happening right now with printing, because come on now, we're about to dip. So usually around this 0.6, 0.62, 0.67, you even saw it over here. Like, this is where you get a bounce, okay? This has happened historically, you know, for the past year, even right here, like July 11th. So I'm anticipating, okay? And this is, could it be the same playbook from last year, okay? July 10th, it was at 0.61. It's July 1st, we're at 0.62. And then, you know, you guys know what happened in July, right? It spiked all the way to 0.92. Let's just see what happened July 12th, just so I could, you know, put this into perspective for a lot of you guys. I don't know what happened. I could be completely wrong, but let's just see. Let's just see, bro. Let's just see what happened. What happened July 12th? Oh, we look at that. This is July 12th. July 12th. And then you had that big dip, okay? So there will be an opportunity that I think is going to be absolutely incredible. I don't think the market's not done, okay? The market has way more legs inside of it. I think it goes up a lot more. But you want to be careful here, because this is where dumb money's getting in. This is where your grandma's getting in. This is where your uncle's getting in. Okay? This is where, you know, the person that you know don't make no money is making money right now. And they're getting all bullheaded. I know you see it in the Discord. You be like, God dang, this dude never makes money, but somehow he made money. Ah, man, this market topping out. And I'm not saying it, you know, I'm just telling you, take it day by day. There's a time for you to get into some long calls, a time for you to do that, etc. But I don't want to hold you guys up for too long. These videos aren't supposed to be that long. But yeah, make sure you guys are inside the Discord. Make sure you're checking this out. Hymns. We just got into hymns. We've been printing, man. Okay, we've been going crazy. We've been really, really going crazy. Target, yada yada yada. But link is in the bio, or link is in the description. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Put in the comments what stock looks the best. Put in the comments if you love one. Put like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.